Biodiversity is the variety of all forms of life, and it is essential to the existence of proper functioning of all ecosystems. It supports habitats for all species by providing many unique environments in which species can exist. These include ecosystems of all types and sizes, rare ecosystems, and corridors between habitats. Many scientists believe biodiversity, as it represents all forms of life on Earth, provides or support the core benefits that humans derive from the environment. Biodiversity is fundamental for the provision of ecosystem services for which we depend on for food, air, and water security, and multiple other natural and ecological benefits. However, the growing human population across the planet and the land development that comes with the population growth can be especially detrimental because land conversion and subsequent loss of habitats can affect the stability or continued existence of species. Habitat loss is a challenge for virtually all species as human converts natural habitats to other land uses such as industry and agriculture. Overexploitation from extractive uses such as commercial fishing and game hunting can greatly reduce species numbers, sometimes to the brink of extinction. An extreme decline was observed in the United States stocks of Atlantic cod following overexploitation and stock depletion. The Food and Agricultural Organization in 2008 suggested that 32% of fish stocks were overexploited, depleted, or recovering from depletion. Upsetting the viability of a single species can have far-reaching impacts for the balance of an entire ecosystem. People can also harm biodiversity by putting stress on environment and species through overuse. Outdoor recreation may be a positive, healthful activities for humans, but high numbers of visitors to an area that can damage plant life, stress local animal population, and introduce invasive and exotic species. Invasive species can outcompete or consume native species to the point of extinction. Some invasive species that are found across the world has done immense ecological damage to their natural habitats and are being regretted for their accidental or intentional introduction. All forms of pollution from chemicals to nutrient loading can also pose serious threats to aquatic and terrestrial species. Biodiversity supports food security and sustained livelihood through overall genetic diversity. Genes that regulate all biological processes on the planet and increase the ability of organisms to cope with various environmental stresses. Preserving genetic diversity therefore ensures the continuing existence of a wide range of crops and animals that may be able to withstand disease and potentially use various biochemicals such as those used in healthcare. It also means availability of species for natural pollination and pest control. Losses in the genetic diversity can decrease organisms' coping adaptability and risk losing potentially beneficial biological information. Biodiversity has greatly contributed to modern medicine and advancement in human health research and treatment. Many modern pharmaceuticals are derived from plant species, including anti-tumor agents like Taxol from Pacific yew tree and various other examples. Pharmaceuticals can also be derived from non-plant species such as drugs zinc cotide, and which is highly effective in relieving nerve pain and severe pain in cancer patient, is derived from the venom of predatory conch shells. However, without the species that provide such drugs, it is possible that treatments for ailments like malaria, tuberculosis, cancerous tumors, congestive heart failures, and multiple other illnesses may never be discovered. As conversion of habitats and subsequent losses in diversity take place, the potential for losing cures for some of the world's most troubling ailments increase. In addition to the many medicinal benefits from biodiversity, human health can be positively affected simply by spending time in outdoor environment, which has been linked to increase in life satisfaction and happiness and decrease in blood pressure, anxiety, and cardiovascular disease symptoms. Conserving biodiversity and protecting a wide range of habitat maintains that many benefits that the biodiversity provides for all species. Highly diverse environment as national park, national heritage sites, as well as biological parks and reserves are important centers for aesthetics and also for our education and awareness. Biodiversity conservation efforts are essential in maintaining functioning ecosystems, a steady food supply, and multiple other benefits including aesthetics, recreation, and spiritual purposes for betterment of human life. But unfortunately, though, we are not taking enough or we are not doing enough to protect this dwindling global biodiversity. And as a consequence, many of the species around us, both plants, animal, microbes, are vanishing faster than they are described and discovered. Under these circumstances, there is a huge need for public engagement. Without public engagement and without the public en masse understanding the importance of biodiversity conservation is only restricted to journals, magazines, newsletters, bulletins, and other scientific discourse and conferences, seminars, symposiums, and workshops, beyond which it is not translating to the ordinary people. There needs to be a lab-to-land transition in which the concept of biodiversity reaches the ordinary people so that they understand the importance and take initiatives in helping conservation of biodiversity. These small steps have huge global impact when taken into consideration as a summation. Because without global support of ordinary human citizen, it is impossible to protect biodiversity in small packets. It protect biodiversity in small packages. It needs the continuous support of the people in and around us to understand why we need to protect biodiversity, to secure the future of our own next generation, for providing them a better world, for providing them a greener planet, for providing them a better place to raise their next generation. Shoykot Kumar Basu, Bureau Report, Kalinga Chronicle TV.